It starts with a simple notification, a text from someone you actually like, or an email from a friend you've been meaning to catch up with. You see it. You feel a flash of warmth, followed immediately by a heavy, paralyzing weight in your chest. "I'll reply in an hour," you tell yourself. "I just need to be in the right headspace." But an hour turns into a day. A day turns into a week. Now, the guilt of not replying has grown so large that it feels physically impossible to open the app. You start avoiding the places they hang out. You mute their stories. You aren't trying to be cruel. In fact, you might even care about them deeply. But to the person on the other side, you've simply vanished. You've become a ghoster. Most people think ghosting is about a lack of respect or playing games. But for many of us, it's a sophisticated, involuntary survival mechanism. Today, we're going to look at the psychology of the overwhelmed ghoster. We'll explore why your brain chooses flight when your heart wants to stay, and how to stop disappearing from the lives you actually want to be part of. We need to separate malicious ghosting, where someone uses silence as a tool for manipulation, from avoidant ghosting. If you are an avoidant ghoster, your silence isn't a sign that you don't care. It's a sign that you care too much about the stakes. To you, a text message isn't just a text. It's a demand for emotional labor. It's an expectation you're afraid you can't meet. It's a spotlight on your current state of exhaustion. In psychology, this is often linked to attachment theory. Specifically, those with an avoidant or disorganized attachment style often perceive intimacy as a threat to their autonomy. When the emotional volume of a relationship gets too loud, your nervous system triggers a shutdown to protect your inner battery. Why does your brain treat a WhatsApp message like a predator in the woods? When you feel overwhelmed by life, work stress, burnout, or grief, your amygdala, the brain's smoke detector, is already on high alert. When a loved one reaches out, even with kindness, your brain interprets the need to respond as an additional threat to your limited resources. Instead of the fight or flight response, you enter the freeze state. In this state, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that handles complex communication, essentially goes offline. You literally cannot find the words. This is the engine of ghosting. Day 1, you're too tired to reply. Internal state, exhaustion. Day 3, you feel bad for not replying. Internal state, guilt. Day 7, you feel like a bad person. You imagine they are angry with you. Internal state, shame. Shame is an ego-dissolving emotion. It makes us want to hide. The longer the silence lasts, the more dangerous the person becomes in your mind, because they are now a walking reminder of your perceived failure. You aren't ghosting them, you're ghosting the shame you feel when you think of them. For those who are neurodivergent, ADHD or autism, ghosting can be a form of pathological demand avoidance, PDA. When a task like replying feels like an external demand that threatens your autonomy or sensory balance, your brain sends a massive no signal. The more you should do it, the less you can do it. How to stop vanishing? If you're tired of losing good people to your own silence, we need to lower the cost of entry for your communication. 1. The proof of life text. The biggest mistake ghosters make is thinking they need to send a perfect, long, emotional update. You don't. The strategy: create a shortcut on your phone. When you feel the freeze coming on, send a pre-written text. "Hey, I'm in an introvert cave right now and feeling a bit overwhelmed. I'm not ignoring you, I just don't have the words yet. I'll check in when I'm back on the grid." Why it works? It manages their expectations and kills your shame before it can spiral. 2. The 5-minute window. Avoidance feeds on time. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. The strategy: set a timer for 5 minutes. Your only goal is to touch your messages. Don't reply to everything. Just send one emoji, one like on a photo, or one thinking of you message.
These are low-stakes connections. They keep the bridge standing without you having to cross it. 3. Ritualize the return. If you've already been silent for weeks, the return feels terrifying. The strategy: use the honesty reset. Hey, I've been struggling with my mental health or work lately, and I completely went into a shell. I felt so guilty about not replying. I value our friendship, and I'm sorry for the silence. Most people who care about you will be relieved, not angry. I want to take a moment to validate the pain of the ghoster. There's a lot of content online about how ghosting is trauma for the person left behind, and it is, but very few people talk about the loneliness of the ghoster. You are likely someone who carries a lot of emotional weight. You might be the strong friend or the person everyone leans on. You disappear because you feel like you're not allowed to show up broken or empty. You think that if you can't be fun or helpful, you shouldn't be there at all. But relationships aren't just for the high battery days. People who love you would rather have a messy, overwhelmed you than a silent, perfect ghost. Ghosting is a habit of the overwhelmed heart, but you can learn a new way to be overwhelmed that doesn't involve disappearing. Look at your phone right now. Find one person you've been avoiding for more than 3 days. Don't write a paragraph, just send a heart emoji or a thinking of you. That's it. Break the seal. You don't have to be on to be present. I'll see you in the next one.